Shh. Crap, because I have some things I need to thank people for at the very end of the video. So
That's
I have
fine.
a few things I need to thank people for. Okay, so at the very end, we're going to have to get to that. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hello.
Geez, we're not streaming to Rumble. I don't know why. It's not working.
Screw them.
No, we love Rumble. It's just that it doesn't, it's not quite as, it doesn't work as well with Rumble sometimes. Rumble needs to get their act together when it comes to
they need to get it
streaming.
Yeah. Get it
I mean,
together,
we love
Rumble.
them.
Come on.
But yeah. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy hump day to everybody out there.
How's vacation? How's vacation, Mark? How you doing? How's it going?
I am loving it because of animals and because of the deer. I just love them so much. Oh, I just love them. Yeah, it's good. It's really, really good. It's really good. Today is cloudy, so we're not too worried about being outside today. So we're going to go and like do fun inside bowling, arcade type of things today. That's the plan.
That's fun. Taking the boys and blowing off some steam. That'll be fun.
That's right.
Good.
That's right. Quick note, even though we are on vacation, I don't forget about My Pillow, you guys. So if you go to mypillow.com/chicks, don't forget you get huge discounts on everything. But right now, in particular, the special is on the 6-piece towel set. So regularly like $110, now just $40, $39.99 to be specific. When you use code chicks, mypillow.com/chicks, get all the things My Pillow. So great.
Yes, definitely do that. And then if you get a chance, you should check out our Facebook Insiders because they are completely awesome. And then also think about joining, because why wouldn't you want to do that? Have it like a built-in group of best friends right there waiting for you. They're fantastic.
Why would you not? Why would you not? Indeed. By the way,
I don't know.
I posted a video exclusive for the Facebook Insiders and the local supporters of our property yesterday. So
cool.
Hopefully everybody, if you're interested in seeing that, you can see that. And then all of a sudden at the pond in our future backyard, we got I was just standing there. Normally there's ducks in the pond and all that. And they normally don't come up to you. Well, all of a sudden, I'm filming, right? I'm showing everybody, okay, here's our property. And these two ducks who were swimming in the pond, they just like swam as fast as their little legs would go. And then they ran to me. And I felt terrible because I didn't have anything for them to eat. I had nothing. And so there's video of that too, that you can only see if you're a Facebook Insider or local supporter. But it was I felt terrible because they were like,
I love it.
They were so mad at me.
I'm sure they're not starving. I'm sure they're okay.
I'm sure they're probably fine too. Thank you, Mike Sassman. Mike says, shout out to my beautiful wife, Katie. We are celebrating 6 months of being married this weekend.
Happy 6 months.
Anniversary. Okay, you guys. Oh my God. Did you guys see Joe Biden walking around like a lost child in a mall after Obama spoke about Obamacare? Oh my God. Is that Astrid? Look at you.
That's Astrid. Yeah. Can you see her? Hi, buddy. She's trying to find a place to sit. Look at her. She's doing the circles. You know how they do the circle thing? And they're like, I got to sit. Oh, shaky. You're going to say hi to everybody. Okay. Now you said hi to her. Now you did it. Okay.
Hi.
Anyway, so he was doing his thing where he's walking around like a lost Astrid. Is what he was doing.
Oh my gosh. It's so embarrassing. And so there's nobody better to mock it, right, than Tucker. When Tucker mocks something, it is absolutely hilarious. So I have that video for you. He's going to lead it up, right? Like he's going to tee it up. And then just the way that he makes fun of him, it's so funny. Watch this.
Joe Biden is now the most unpopular person in virtually any room he enters. If you doubt it, watch this. This was the scene at the White House today. Take a careful look at this. You've never seen anything like it.
Oh my God.
It gets worse. He's like, how come nobody's paying attention?
That's the president of the United States in his own house, shunned. Nobody would talk to him. So Biden wandered off looking vacant as a crowd formed around a former president, Barack Obama, who was obviously deeply grateful for the attention. And then it got worse. It got much more poignant than that. Watch Biden try to horn in on the conversation swirling around Obama. Everyone involved in that conversation, including Kamala Harris, who supposedly works for Biden, ignored Biden completely. Biden desperately tried to get Obama's attention. He puts his hand on Obama's shoulder. He even calls him Barack, like they're friends. But Obama blows him off. He acts like Biden's not even there. Ask yourself if you've ever in your life seen anything sadder than this.
Look at this.
I'm so uncomfortable.
Right? And he's like, hey.
Oh my God.
Remember me?
Oh my God.
Oh, make it stop.
That's so my, oh my God, I'm so uncomfortable. I'm so unbelievably uncomfortable with that whole thing. That whole thing was awkward AF. So awkward. And Obama's just like, did you see the end, the still of him just like beaming? He's just beaming. He's like, look at all, everybody loves me. They're fawning all over me. Obama. And then Biden's just standing there going, visiting angels,
America's choice.
I
mean, that was but like how emblematic of this entire presidency is that moment where he's just reaching, just trying desperately to hang on to something to seem important. And he just isn't. He's not running this show.
Yeah, but there again, it's also Democrats are desperate to have somebody like Obama come out and sort of resurrect the party. Like they have to get him to come out to do that because the people that they have in charge now suck so hard. I mean, case in point, look at Biden and Kamala. Kamala's glomming onto him too, and he didn't seem to really care about Kamala either. But I mean, like Obama loves it. But at the same time, it's like this is a testament. It's very indicative of who they are right now. It's so sad. The Democrat Party is so sad right now.
I know.
I mean, who do they have? The old guard. They have the Obamas, the Hillarys, all those people. That's who they have. So sad.
Thank you so much, Cassandra, for the super sticker. Appreciate that. I know it's old news now, but obviously we have been off the air or whatever for the past 4 days. And so it's still new to me. And I'm still, maybe you could answer this question for me about Psaki leaving. When is this freaking going to happen? Because we have been talking about her leaving, I feel like for 1.5 years. So when is this happening?
I don't know when the actual day is. I have no idea. But I've seen so many other people that have already started to kind of circulate in. So it's obviously they're already starting to, she's taking time off. You know what I mean? Like she's already starting to get out of there.
She's back. Like I've got clips of her talking about leaving.
Right.
But I'm just like, you know how to say that you're leaving, but you don't know how to actually go. And so I'm trying to figure out when is she gonna go?
Well, it's kind of like when you were on the radio, right? When you left the radio, you stayed for a month because there's that whole, I got to make sure that everybody's okay. You know what I mean? Like, there's that, I'm sure she feels that way and more because there's that sense of if I just bail, and go to MSNBC, what's going to, I mean, there are some decent people. I say decent. There are some people, probably decent is not the right word, but there are some people who can take her place and do what she does, of course. But I'm sure that she's having to, because it's such a colossal disaster, this administration. Can you imagine taking that spot and doing what she does every day and having to answer the questions that she's had to answer and dance around? I mean, you can call her what you want to call her, but she's good at her job. She's been very good at her job. Right.
I mean, even when she's being asked even when she's being asked questions about her job, she's really good at deflection. So I have this clip. Now, we're not going to play the whole thing because it's like over 3 minutes, but there was a lot of back and forth between her and reporters that I was not expecting, who were really pressuring, or like they were pressing her, how is it okay for you to continue to stand here and like give us press briefings when we know you're going to MSNBC? How do you not see that as an ethical problem? And she's like,
Right.
well, I have nothing formally to announce about it. Like, so that's the other thing. Everybody knows she's going to MSNBC, and yet she won't say when she is leaving, and she won't say definitively that that's where she's going. Here's a clip of a little bit of that back and forth.
True that you are leaving the White House to work for MSNBC?
Well, you can't get rid of me yet, Ed. I have nothing to confirm about my length of public service or planned service or anything about consideration about next plans. I'm very happy to be standing with all of you here today after it felt like a never-ending, endless time in my basement, quarantining away from my family. Believe it or not, I missed you all a lot. And my focus every day continues to be speaking on behalf of the president, answering your questions, as tough as they may be at many times, as difficult as they may be to answer at many times. And I hope that I meet my own bar of treating everybody with fairness and being equitable.
And just because this has been raised by our colleagues, by people who are observing this process, is it ethical for you to continue conducting this job while negotiating with a media outlet?
Well, I have always gone over and above the stringent ethical and legal requirements of the Biden administration, and I take that very seriously. And
because the bar is
as
low,
a standard
lady.
for every employee of the White House, I have received rigorous ethics counseling, including as it relates to any future employment. I've complied with all ethics requirements and gone beyond and taken steps to recuse myself from decisions as appropriate. And so I hope that all of you, I've been working with all of you some time, would judge me for my record and how I treat all of you, both in the briefing room and otherwise. And I try to answer questions from everybody across the board. I know everybody in the back of the room may not always be pleased with me, but I try my best. And I will certainly continue to do that.
So it went on for another minute and a half, maybe even 2 minutes, and other reporters chimed in and they were like, okay, but again, how can you stand there as the spokesperson for this administration when clearly you are talking to the media when you will soon be part of the media? Like, that's not
of the
okay.
media. Right. She's already on her way to being part of the media. I mean, it's like, and she's so good at not answering the question.
Right.
Answer the damn question. God, it's like the lady cannot do it. She's like, the ethical and the moral and the blah, 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 blah. That's not what we asked. When are you leaving? Just tell us when you're leaving. Like,
and what are you doing? Are you getting your own show? Are you just going to be a contributor? Like, what's happening?
God, it's exhausting. These people are exhausting. It takes this is why it's hard for me to work. Well, one, listen, I'll just be honest. It's hard for me to work with, women even, because women communicate in a different way than men. Women tend to have they just tend to use a little bit more language. Not saying that I don't love, women. I'm just saying that they tend to use a little bit more language than men. It's true. This is a fact. Okay. But then in politics, if I had to work with women in this realm, I would go crazy because like a Jen Psaki, she would be talking in circles and I would be screaming at her going, get to the point. Just tell me when you're leaving. Oh my God. How can her husband deal with her? How can her husband deal with
God.
I don't know. How do you do that?
I don't know, but I love that is like the perfect segue into the next clip of Kamala, because Kamala does it again, right? Like she cannot help herself. She cannot help herself when it comes to all the filler words and not answering the question and dancing around it and just literally just answering everything but the question that has been directed at her. And this was a clip with Joy Reid, who I kind of thought, well, maybe Joy will hold her feet to the fire. No, that didn't happen. So I'm going to show you that in just a second. But first, wanted to remind everybody that it's still, there's still a huge special on the Ultra Retinol Cream from Genucel, which is like the smoothest, most luxuriousest, butteriest cream. Luxuriousest.
Yes.
Look it up.
Yes.
But it's absolutely fantastic. Their Ultra Retinol Cream is amazing. 50% off of that right now if you order. And then if you order that, you will also get their immediate effects for your under eyes completely for free. It's free shipping, free returns. They guarantee the results. Just go to genucell.com/chicks and grab your 50% off the Ultra Retinol Cream, because it is one of my favorite products from Genucell. I'm absolutely crazy about it. Love it.
Also, if you guys haven't, make sure that you're following us at Locals, at chicksontheright.locals.com. It is the place for free speech. It is all about freedom. So you want to make sure that you're following us there. It's the place to be, because eventually we're going to get kicked off of Facebook. So make sure that you are looking for us there, following us there.
Yeah,
okay?
That's a good consideration to think about when you're trying to choose, do I join Facebook Insiders or Local Supporters? Local Supporters, you can say what you want and not have to worry about getting censored. So that is a good point. Okay, so back to this Kamala thing. How often have we had a clip of Kamala just saying ridiculous things or saying a whole bunch of words that don't say anything at all?
Every show, every single show.
Right. Here is another perfect example. This one, oh my God.
Yourself and the president were in the region recently. Yeah. And when the president was there, he gave a speech in Warsaw that was well received by many. But he also said something that I think was received well by some, but kind of surprised others. He said that Vladimir Putin should no longer be the leader of Russia. Do you agree?
Listen, I think that you framed the point quite accurately and well, which is America's policy has been and will continue to be focused on the real issue at hand, which is, one, the needs of the Ukrainian people, which we will continue to support through humanitarian assistance, through security assistance, but also ensuring that there's going to be serious consequence for Vladimir Putin and Russian aggression as it relates to Ukraine, which is why our policy from the beginning has been about ensuring that there are going to be real costs exacted against Russia in the form of severe sanctions, which we know are having a real impact and an immediate impact, not to mention the longer-term impact, which is about saying there's going to be consequence and accountability when you commit the kinds of atrocities that he is committing. And I think the president has been an extraordinary leader. To your point,
it just goes on.
I just aged 4 years listening to that. I just aged. Thank you, Kamala. Seriously. My daughter's driving. My 12-year-old daughter just got her driver's license. Like I am old. We're all now older. And like this, God, she's exhausting.
I know. And it went on from there. The question was like, hey, are you on board with your boss saying that Putin should be removed from leadership of Russia? Never at any time during her long-winded answer does she actually answer that specific question.
No,
ever.
They never do. They never answer the damn questions. Never. But the thing is that liberals, Democrats will listen and they'll be like, she's so smart. Do you hear all the words? Do you hear all these words? Do you hear all the words she's saying? She's so smart. She's such a role model for young women. You can tell
because of all the words. There's so many.
All the words.
So that's mark of a smart person right there.
It's like Ashley Judd. Ashley Judd uses those kind of words. She uses all the words. She's so smart. What we should do? We should give her an honorary degree from Harvard. We should give her an honorary degree. Let's do it.
That was painful.
I can't.
Also, back to Tucker really quick, because Tucker also made fun of Anna Navarro, who I cannot.
I can't either.
Did you see the stuff on The View where she was asked by the rest of the panel why she still calls herself a Republican? And she continues to do that. Like, she insists that she's a Republican. She will always be a Republican, and that there are still good people in the Republican Party like Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney. And I mean, oh my God. So in this clip that you're about to see, you're going to love this. Tucker reminds us of Anna Navarro's very tough stance on people wearing masks and quit complaining about masks, you guys. And then she was caught maskless on a flight. And so we're going to see both of those clips here. This is everything.
See Anna Navarro on TV, you think, what? This is a serious country. How can that person be talking in public and be taken seriously. What is going on? And of course, it's through the force of her self-righteousness that she stays on television.
Yeah.
She's told us repeatedly, by the way, that people who won't wear masks on airplanes at all times are bad. Wear masks at any point. Here's her reasoning.
Wearing a mask is not hard. Breathing through a mask is not hard. Wearing Spanx is harder than wearing a damn mask. So everybody should just wear their damn mask.
Oh, wearing a mask is not hard. You know the end of the story. Anna Navarro herself, the most self-righteous moron in the world, was just spotted totally maskless, face stark naked, in first class flying from Miami to New York. And as if the picture couldn't get any more perfect than it already is, her hoodie says, "America needs journalists."
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I can't. I cannot. And of course, she's in first class with that bullshit. Right? I can't with her. God, that woman. That woman. What is it that Elon Musk? What was it that Elon Musk said about wokeness? It's like, I don't have the exact quote, but he said something along the lines of wokeness allows mean people to get away, basically, with being mean. Like they allow mean people like Anna Navarro to get away with being mean through their self-righteousness. Like, I'm paraphrasing, of course, but that's what that's what he said about the woke movement. And she's one of those people. She's just a mean, awful person. And she's up here and she's trying to talk down to other people, which is what these woke people do, right? And they tell you that you're less than them. They get to be self-righteous and they get to act better than you because of crap like mask wearing. It's like, shut up. You don't get to act like you're better than me, Anna Navarro. Go sit in first class with your stupid hoodie on. God. Whatever.
Speaking of Elon, it's also old news by now. His ownership of 9.2, I think, percent of Twitter now. Uh-huh. Oh my God, I love that story so hard.
Me too. Yep.
And now he's on the board.
Right. He can cap out. I think like the highest he can go is like 14 something percent. And I hope that he does. And I could kick myself because I don't buy stocks. You know, I don't know anything about the stock market. But I was telling my husband, I'm like, God, if I knew anything about the stock market, I would have bought stock in Twitter like the day before he did that, because the stocks went, phew, you know, and that makes you go, it's like people now have more faith in Twitter because Elon Musk is now, you know, such a huge owner. He owns more, you know, he's more of a shareholder. Because I mean, that makes you go, he's going to actually do something good with it. So many people know what this is about, right? Or they at least believe that he's going to do something good with it. And that makes you understand that people in this country are so sick of what Twitter is doing to people.
Right.
And so that gives you hope for the company. And that gives you hope. That gives me hope for America. You know?
Well, it should. It's such a great troll move on his part. And of course, it cost him billions of dollars, but it's well worth it. And so now he's on the board. And so I saw a lot of people going, oh my God, he's going to bring Trump back. He's going to make all these amazing changes. His power is limited because, of course, now the current CEO of Twitter is already getting out in front of the story and saying, well, you know, our board advises, but we're not bound to what the board wants to do. And so his membership in the board doesn't mean that we're going to bring Trump back. Like, he's already speaking out and saying, nuh-uh, we're going to do what we want, even if Elon owns a bunch of it. Nuh-uh. That's their answer.
Just wait.
Already.
Just wait.
I think there will be some changes.
I think he needs to get up to that 14 whatever percent, just own as much as he can and be loud, just be so loud and start and really be all about freedom. And all those people that have been knocked off of Twitter start, you know, being like, you can't do this. You need to be about free speech. Because, I mean, there was chatter about him starting his own platform. And then it's interesting how there was that chatter and then all of a sudden he did this. It's just really, isn't that interesting how that happened, how all that transpired? So I hope he makes changes. But it is a testament to how people they look at this and they go, oh my God, he's going to save it. He's going to make it great. I mean, the fact that Twitter sucks so hard and everybody knows it, and everybody knows that they're biased against conservatives. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows the media is biased against conservatives, that social media is biased against conservatives. Liberals know it. Everybody knows it. And that needs to stop. It needs to stop in this country. We're not all free until we're all free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like liberals, they know it too. So why are they standing? Why are they allowing it to happen? Because at any point that could shift in the direction of their suppressed. So why would they want that against the conservatives? I just never understood that, you know?
I think they feel as though they see all this power, they're grabbing onto it, and they genuinely believe that this won't turn around. And I think it has something to do with the last election, honestly. They're like, man, look what we pulled off, right? If we can pull off this, we're good. We've got this forever. And so now we're just going to do whatever we want. It's why AOC is getting louder about all the student loan stuff. Like everybody... I think that they believe that the tiny minority that is on Twitter really does represent the broader country, which I think is crazy because it's not at all a good representation of it.
And then they have the audacity to scream about the death of democracy in this country. You know, they actually, I mean, I see Democrats say that and I'm like, you are out of your freaking mind if you think that our side of the aisle is responsible for the death of democracy. You people are screaming for other people to be squelched and canceled and suppressed and, you know, to have their rights to speak taken away. I mean, how dare you speak to me about democracy? Bugger off, you know?
Yeah, I know. Now, to that point, it's interesting because Sean Penn is one of the loudest people when it comes to being the crazy left liberal weirdo. But he was on Hannity last night, which
wow,
right?
What's even happening?
I know, Sean Penn and Hannity. So apparently Hannity had called him and said, listen, I see what you're doing in Ukraine. I want to talk to you about it. And Sean Penn hates Hannity, like is very proud of how much he doesn't trust him. And so they had a conversation about trust. And it's like now that Sean Penn has been in the Ukraine and seen firsthand what it looks like for a country to be unified and, you know, whatever, say what you want about corruption in Ukraine. I get it. That's all fine. But it is true that for the most part, there is an overwhelming sense of national pride in Ukraine that America has not had in a long time. And the fact that Sean Penn is recognizing that to some degree and wants to be the change is, I got to give him props for that. So here's a little back and forth between Sean Penn and Sean Hannity. Listen to this.
He said that I don't trust you.
Is there a reason you didn't trust me?
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons I don't trust you, but my trust or your trust, you know, there's so many people that don't trust their spouse, and yet we've got to get on with life, and we've got a situation. I've never felt this way about where our country is and what I experienced emotionally in Ukraine, where it had not, we all talk about how divisive things are, how divided things are here. But when you step into a country of such incredible unity, you realize what we've all been missing. And I don't think that I've got time to indulge my lack of trust, which it becomes a petty thing as people and babies are being vaporized. And that these people are fighting for the very dreams that are the aspiration of all of us Americans. And we talked about that too.
We did. We had a long
agreed on
conversation.
that.
So it's, you know, it's just an interesting point that he's making, which is like, I can't stand you, but like, I'm not going to indulge my distrust of you right now because look at what it means to a country to be unified, to have patriotism, right?
Right.
And I hope that that is sending a message to him too. Stop hating on your own country, you know?
Right. Oh, I know. I agree. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. And honestly, I think the last time that we had that sort of unity and patriotism was September 11th, 2001, right? I mean, it's September 12th.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, think about that day, September 12th. It was the day after. And honestly, that's the last time I remember our country being somewhat unified. Isn't that a terrible thing? That's what brought us together.
It's true.
But that's the last time I can remember. And so it's, you know, it was catastrophic, but in those times, that's when people sort of come together, they band together and they're like, oh my God, this country is the best country on the planet. And since then there's been this general decay of, you know, and then there's been this teaching on the left to younger people, your country sucks. This country sucks. And I hope that Sean Penn does recognize, I hope he recognizes that it's not the right side of the aisle that's been teaching young people this country sucks, because it doesn't. This is still the best country, I believe, on the planet. But but I see so many young people just crapping on it, and that makes me so sad. And so I hope that he can recognize that. It's hard to reconcile that, because there's like one side of the aisle that hates it, and then one side of the aisle that's like, but wait, we're awesome, and it's okay to think that we're awesome, so let's all come together. And so maybe
and
he's
it kind of reminds me
that.
of all the stuff that's going on with Disney, right? Like, so Disney, it's so easy for them. They're literally in Florida. Okay, they are right there. They should be happy about their place in Florida, happy about their place in the United States, but they're so quick to rip on Florida over all the other crazy countries that they support indirectly or otherwise. But like, if they're supporting or kowtowing to China, to Saudi Arabia, to wherever, while they're mad at Governor DeSantis, that to me is like this perfect emblematic thing of how the left treats America. They're super quick to be like, America sucks, and then they'll praise other countries who are freaking whack. And I will never understand that.
Right. There are countries who throw gay people off buildings.
Yeah.
Right. So it's absolutely true. We've seen it with the feminist movement too. Feminists are like, oh my God, I'm so oppressed here in America. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me with that? Like, go anywhere else in the world and let's see how you're treated as a woman. Let's see, give me a break. So it's
imagine. Did you see this back and forth between Matt Gaetz and Lloyd Austin?
Oh my God. Oh no. My God. Anything with Matt Gaetz, I'm always like, oh, it's going to be explosive, because you're that guy. Oh my God.
It's explosive. So, and thank you, Connie. Connie says the left has been working on indoctrination of our youth for decades. Time to turn it around. Love you girls. Y'all make my day. Thank you very much for that. So Matt Gaetz, there's a congressional hearing, right? And Lloyd Austin is talking about the military budget, what they need to build up the military. And Matt Gaetz is leveling him about how far behind we are becoming in comparison to the Russias and Chinas of the world. And things get heated. Look at this.
Own people brief us that we are behind and that China is winning. Are you aware of the briefings we get on hypersonics?
I am certainly aware of briefings that we provide to Congress.
But it's not just the hypersonic. It's all over the world. It's in Taiwan, where China's last year flew more sorties than ever before. It's North Korea on pace to shatter prior records, the number of missiles that they are testing. And so while everyone else in the world seems to be developing capabilities and being more strategic, we got time to embrace critical race theory at West Point, to embrace socialism at the National Defense University, to do mandatory pronoun training. Do you assess?
Oh my God.
Again, this is the most capable, the most combat credible force in the world. It has been, and it will be so going forward.
Not if we continue down this path.
Are we sure?
Not if we embrace socialism.
The fact that you're embarrassed by your country.
No. I'm embarrassed by your leadership. I am not embarrassed for my country. I wish we were not losing to China.
I wish we were.
You know what? That is so disgraceful that you would sit here and conflate your failures with the failures of the uniformed service members. You guys said that Russia would overrun Ukraine in 36 days. You said that the Taliban would be kept at bay for months. You totally blew those calls. And maybe we would be better at them if the National Defense University actually worked a little more on strategy and a little less on wokeism.
Has it occurred to you that Russia has not overrun Ukraine because of what we've done and our allies have done?
But that was baked into your flawed assessment. That was baked into your flawed assessment. And so I saw that the Obama administration tried to destroy our military by starving it of resources, and it seems the Biden administration is trying to destroy our military by force-feeding it wokeism. I yield.
Oh, damn. That was awesome. That was so great. Oh my God, I love it. Again, with the woke stuff, though, what is it about our military now? It's not, listen, and I agree with Gaetz when he's like, listen, the conflation stuff and everything, because it's like the higher ups don't represent the people who are actually out there, in the field, who are actually doing the work. I mean, the guys who are at the top brass, I mean, they're like eating the fancy dinners and going to balls. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it real. Like they're up here, like, you know, being like puppeteers almost. And so it sucks because when you want to criticize the military or you want to criticize the job that they're doing, it sucks because there are so many amazing people in the military that you just want to hug and say, thank you so much for doing what you do, because you guys are we love the military, right? We love service people. Like, we love those people are like cream of the crop people. And so it sucks because like this guy is getting reamed and then he wants to lump himself in with those people. It's like, you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that because you're making decisions that some of these decisions suck. And then all this other woke stuff that's coming into the military, it wasn't the decision of those people. It was your decision to do that, you know? And our greatest threat is not white supremacy. It's not. It's just not. Like,
God, I love that beatdown. I mean, it
was fantastic. But here's the thing: amazing. It's a great beatdown. It's a great beatdown. But what's going to happen? You know what I mean? Like, are any of these guys that are in the military and the top brass, is anything going to happen to them ever? You know, will they be held accountable? And at the end of the day, it's our security that's on the line. They're doing that job to make sure that we're safe. Are they doing a good job of that? Are we okay? Like, do we have the most effective military? That's because he's saying that we do, but is that the truth? Do we?
Well, when you gut it, I mean, that's the problem. And when you use resources and time and money on wokeism bullcrap, that's less resources, time, and money that you have to actually develop weapons and things that the military needs to do their actual job, which is to defend us. And so I was so glad to see him get in his face like that. It was awesome.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, before we get to my pillow talks, one more clip, and I know that this is old news. I know it, but we have to go back to the alopecia, Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, Chris Rock, all that stuff, because I loved that Bill Maher was like, what the hell? Why are we acting like alopecia is a huge, big, fat deal? I loved his whole attitude towards it because he did not know what it was when he first heard the term. Like, somebody at some party was like, it's really bad that he did that because, you know, Jada has alopecia. And he was like, oh, wow, I had no idea. And then he found out what it was. And he was like, seriously? And so I just love this entire rant of his. Look at this.
Can I ask about alopecia? Because I must admit, when I saw the thing on TV, then I go to the Vanity Fair party, great party. And then I didn't hear about it till then, that she had, but you don't know she had alopecia. And I had heard this word, but it was vague in my mind what it was. So I went like, oh, well, that's a very different thing. And then I found out what it is, and I'm like, oh, no, it's not that different. I mean, if you are so lucky in life as to have that be your medical problem, just say thanks, God.
Yeah.
It's not life-threatening. You know, it's part of, for most people, 80% of men, 50% of women, it's part of aging. Aging is, trust me, I know, it's the degradation of the flesh. It happens to all of us. And, you know, just put on a fucking wig like everybody else at the Oscars if it bothers you so much. I mean, we all, as we age, you know, we look worse. And you do things to deal with it as best you can. You know, I got my hair did this week. That's my thing. My hair would be
we're
white.
getting pretty personal here, Bill.
I know, but my hair would be white, and it would look worse on TV, and people would think I'm older than I already am, which is already too fucking old for television. So, like, you know, I'll do what I have to do. Everybody else does. Timothée Chalamet wore a tuxedo with no shirt because he can get away with it. But
I love it. I absolutely love it.
I wouldn't want to see Jonah Hill try it.
No.
We all got to deal with who we are. And am I wrong about this?
Anyway,
I love everything about that. I love it. If, you know, and I hate that I love him more and more as he gets older. I think he's like even having more perspective on things as he gets. If you have a chance, and you know, we don't plug other people's podcasts on here normally, but I actually saw the Adam Carolla has a podcast, and he was on it. Bill Maher was on it, And it was a kind of it was very long. I mean, it was like he was on for like 45 minutes, but I watched the whole thing. And when you see Bill Maher outside of his show, because he even said at the beginning of it, he's like, I'm trying to do other things. I'm trying to not just be in my element because it's just politics. I'm trying to talk to more people like my friends and stuff. So Adam Carolla had him on his show, and when he's laid back and when he's talking like a human being, he talks more like what you just saw. He talks about, regular everyday stuff, and he just seems more warm. Like he's not as Mr. Feisty Pants like he is on his show. And so it was a good interview. I mean, he talked a lot about that kind of stuff and about, about aging and things like that, about, it was just an interesting podcast. And so that is a great perspective. I love that. And, like all the stuff that you've gone through in the past, 2 months, in the past month. And I'm sure that when you heard that, you were like, yeah, I mean, losing a little bit of hair is not that big of a deal. And it's like, let's have a little perspective, people,
Well, that's the thing that was, I think, missing from that whole hullabaloo is everyone was like, oh my God, I can't believe Chris Rock made fun of her medical condition. But then it seems like it took Bill Maher to say, okay, but like, is it something that can't be made fun of? Really? I mean, I get that it's hard, and women, obviously it's harder for women because we get attached to our hair, but there are solutions. And she, of all people, has owned her baldness. She has made it a thing, man. And so for her to talk 6 days prior and be like, I don't care what anybody says about my bald head. And then this happened. I was like, none of that makes any sense. Either you don't care and you're owning it, or you're going to like roll your eyes and be a big fat baby and send your husband up to like beat the crap out of Chris Rock. Why? I mean, I just love that extra perspective. I thought that was really, really good.
It was a different perspective, and that was nice to have. Right. Mm-hmm.
All right. It is time for my pillow talks.
Okay. And you guys, listen, one thing that you need to definitely check out, a podcast that you need to subscribe to, is ours. Because if you're not doing that, I don't know why you're not doing that. But we have a deep dive podcast coming up that I wanted to tell you about, because next week we are interviewing Dave Rubin. This is our second time interviewing him? I think it is. Yeah. So we're gonna have a podcast. I think it'll be out on the 12th, which is next Tuesday. So make sure that you're subscribed and that you're following, because that's gonna be awesome. He's always awesome to interview, and I'm sure he's gonna have a lot to say. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Remember, so stay tuned for that.
You just put it right.
Put us in your pocket. It's just right there in your pocket of your toolkit, right there. Mm-hmm.
Now, because I'm not at home and I don't have my double screen set up, I have to use my phone to show you the talks, which I know is not ideal, but it's what we must do when I'm on vacation.
Right.
And I don't have that many because I have not been talking quite as much as normal. But you know how we always show huskies screaming? This one, somebody auto-tuned the husky, and now it's just like they've turned the screaming into the best song ever. Let me make sure my sound is on. All right, here we go.
Oh my God, I cannot. That's actually really good.
Right?
That's really good. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's like that music that they play to get cobras to come out of their basket.
Yeah. Cobras all over the country are like, I'm coming out. I'm coming out.
By the way, oh my God, the gator. We saw the biggest alligator here. Oh my God.
I know. I saw the
and
picture.
It wasn't that big. It wasn't like so big.
I saw the picture. I got to tell you, I would shoot that thing when I come visit you. I'm bringing my guns and I'm going to shoot it. It's going to be turned into a purse or some sort of shoe. It's going to be shoes, something. I don't know how you're going to tolerate that when you live there. Gators are gross.
I mean, if they act like that, which I guess they mostly do, they just lay and they just look at you. And then as long as you keep your distance, that's literally it. That's all that happens. They just lay and you look at them and you're like, oh, hey, gator. And then maybe they'll like pick their head up and then they just put it back down and you go on with your day.
I have no time for that. No time.
I actually thought it was super cool. And everybody was like kind of gathering and like taking pictures and stuff. And so I guess it's, people from out of this area think it's something to see, and it is definitely something.
Oh my God. Ugh, gross.
Somebody just said, I thought Mock was a bulldog. I am by marriage. When it comes to football, I am Georgia all the way because my husband, that's his alma mater. But when it comes to basketball, I'm a University of Kansas grad. And so it's been a very good sports year for this family.
It has been, right?
It's been a very, very good year. Mm-hmm. Okay. The next talk I have is of a dog that does not want to wake up.
It's time to wake up. Oh my God. I feel him.
Right?
Wakey. Come on, get up.
Oh my God. I love him.
Look at the toe beans on that thing. Oh,
I know. I want to just take him and smell him. I want to smell all of those.
Right?
So sweet. Oh my God. So cute.
Somebody's here because like they're talking to my husband. So if you hear voices in the background, somebody just
I've got a Roomba going, and then I've got a dog barking, and cows are like walking down the driveway setting off the alarm. I'm sorry, everybody. It's like we're not used to doing it at this time. So everything is going crazy in my house. I'm sorry.
Well, and we are running a little bit long. So I'll just show one more thing. And this is actually this is more no, I think I'll show this. Wait, maybe I've shown that before. I'm not going to show that. I'm going to show what a dog would look like laughing at a movie.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh, I love it. That's so great.
Anyway, those are your talks for today.
Okay. Listen, I have a couple points of personal privilege. I got to thank some people. I got the sweetest letter from Rachel Fisher, and I got this hat. And it says blessed on it. Isn't that the cutest?
I just love that.
I love it too. I will wear the crap out of that because I love hats. So thank you so much to Rachel Fisher. That was so sweet. Shelly, our pastor friend, the official pastor of Chicks on the Right, sent this from my daughter. Isn't that the sweetest? That's for my daughter because it's like, and I love that scripture. I know I love it so much. Esther, which is like the greatest. Perhaps you were created for such a time as this. I love that. Shelly, mwah, 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 thank you. And a sweet letter, of course, because she always sends letters. I got some sweet letters from Sandy K. I got this from, I want to make sure I get this right. Did I get this right? Let me make sure I have this right. Sandy Killian sent me just this really, really sweet note. And then the Armstrong family got me a gift card for some candles. Kimberly Dugan, I think I got that right. Is that right? Kimberly Dugan sent me this necklace. Look at that. It's a daisy. Can you see it? Isn't that sweet? So thank you, Kimberly. And I think did I forget anybody? I don't think I forgot anybody. I think I got it. So I just wanted to make sure I thank those people on the air because you guys are so thoughtful. I'll go to my P.O. box like once every month. And then I'll get these sweet little goodies in the mail from you guys. You guys are always thinking about me and sending me the sweetest cards, the sweetest notes. And I love you guys dearly. So thank you for those sweet, sweet gifts and the sweet letters. I read them all and I keep everything. And I'm a complete pack rat. And that closet's going to be filled to the brim. So mwah, I love you. Thank you.
I love that. Love it.
Yeah,
I love everybody so much. Oh
me too. Me too.
I know that we've been off for the past couple days. And I will say I needed the break. I mean, I just needed, I needed some sun and some just depoliticizing, right? I just needed to unpolitical myself for 4 days. Right. And it has been really nice. But now I'm ready. I'm ready to be back at it with y'all because I've missed you.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes you just need to depoliticize yourself. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we're going to be back. So tomorrow it's 9:15 Eastern, 8:15 Central. Again, tomorrow we're going to be doing that the rest of the week until Mock is back next week, and then we'll be back at our regular time next
hopefully
week. Is that right?
A different time on Friday. No. I'm really, really hoping for
Friday.
a different time on Friday. But we'll work that out. We'll give people notice. We'll for sure give you notice because Friday is our last day here, and so that it may just be a little bit earlier. Hopefully,
we're going to try to make it a little bit earlier on Friday. So, but tomorrow, 9:15 Eastern. 8:15 Central. We will talk to you tomorrow morning. We hope everybody has a fantastic day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.